Calling you a radical, so this isn't sunset, this is sunrise. The vision is 2020. Where'd you sleep last night? Don't you lie to me. They died in 2015. My dogs died in 2015, 2014 actually. All the Austrian pines went dead. Where'd you sleep last night? A plasma. So stay with me. So, Senate Onofre. It's pretty bad when Mitt Romney's running ads, campaign, trying to, clean up the air. When we're down to Mitt Romney's got to save us, we're pretty fucked in Utah. So, Senate Onofre's dumping. Now, stay with me. I've been all over this for years. Now, I'm one of the reasons responsible that water is even trapped. Senate Onofre started dumping water. Now, this is important stuff, really important stuff. So, they're one of the few Mach 1, Mach 2 that has a vent, that has a relief valve. By the way, do you think that's good that they vent it? They had an accident when I was in the bone marrow transplant right there going in and out of a coma. They had an accident that day. That was the sickest day of my whole life. I almost died that night, went into a coma. January 30th, 2012. They had an accident. They call it a steam malfunction in the NRC. Now, I know her. I talked to her, the head of the NRC of that district. Now, I also know the head of the NRC who's, Jose Reyes' lover. I call her Cynthia all the time. That's a Freudian slip. I'll talk about that. That was my French professor at Weaver State. You must say fuck us. You must say fuck us, she used to say. And I used to go up there, do you realize what you're saying? Ooh, hot for teacher. Oh, boy. So, brought my pencil. Give me something to write on. 51, 50, no, 52, 55, I think we are, video. Pasadena. So, when they dump the waste, there's a pipe that goes out there. So they vented the nuclear fallout all over San Clemente. Go fucking team. So they captured the backup water. There wasn't a whole lot, but they've been crapping these backup steam malfunctions for years and venting over things. So Public Watchdog's case got thrown out with prejudice by Janice, who's the USS Reagan, tossed her from here to China. Why are those guys not going crazy about this? Why are they just, because that's not where the money's at. It's like Fukushima. So stay with me. Right down the road, here on New Year's Day, the vision is 2020, right down the road, big day for Weber State. Show beats North Carolina, upset on the road. Right at 311. There's a desal plant. I call it the Farrah Fawcett. Why do I call it the Farrah Fawcett? Farrah Fawcett lived right next door to it in Carlsbad, California. Maybe I'll get my Carlsbad shirt on. So, my Carlsbad track shirt. That's my Carlsbad track shirt. Half miler. The 80, Kevin Blanch. Boycott the 2020 games. So, she died so tragically of cancer. She's the iconic, most beautiful. I mean, come on. It's Farrah Fawcett. She died tragically young of cancer. So, here on New Year's Day, so the water, they started dumping for the first time. The NRC gave them information, which I've been finding it. They started dumping this week. Radioactive water into the Pacific, just like Fukushima's been doing for 3,000, nearly 3,300 days. They started dumping. So the California current runs right there. There's a pipe that goes out there a mile, which it's hot. Now, this is for George down in Georgia. We've been going crazy about I'm afraid Putin might pop one off. How could he do it? Real easy. Just send a freaking sub up there and clog off the intake valves. You clog off those intake valves, it don't take long for those reactors to melt down. There's no security on these reactors. Chernobyl, I still say tell her blue Chernobyl. The Russians are working on their version of Chernobyl that says this. That's how this country's going to go down. It'll be, it already is going down. Fukushima, they're just playing a Ponzi scheme with the market, the plunge protection team. So it dumps out. The California current just takes it a couple miles south, right to it, California, to the desal plant. 50% of all the water in San Diego County now is coming from the desal plant. So you're drinking radioactive water. You're bathing your baby in radioactive. We got a beer renaissance up there at fucking on Hillcrest, you know? Go get some sushi, drink some fucking beer. In the Renaissance, we got a beer renaissance going. By the way, my friends at Nick's, 2 years ago, we watched the game at Nick's. Hopefully they're watching again. Weber stayed at James Madison. This time I think they'll win. A huge upset? It'd be an upset. I'll tell you what the bigger upset would be if Weber won at BYU tonight. Jerry Carding and crew. Is this a sunset? Is the sun rising? The sun always rises now. The sun rises 24/7. 3 of them. At Fukushima, Japan. Bringing star power to Earth. So they're dumping. That's San Onofre, fuckers. That ain't won't hurt you. So, goes out of that pipe, into that pipe, sucks into the fair faucet, and drink up. Drink up. That's the only reason I'm not really living in San Diego. That's the reason. I tell people all that all the time. How do you avoid it? How do you avoid it? You got to eat, you know. Taco Tuesdays at Nick's, the PB Local, my place. Got some low tide. We've had big storm surge, so hopefully I can get back there. More to come. Big day. Big day. Wow. Drink up in San Diego. Stand tuned.